I am Alicia.
I am Debbie.
I am Tony.
Okay.
And I am Caleigh-Ruth.
Today I will be talking about the late 1800s to the modern era in the Shenandoah National Park area. But first I'm going to hand out some things. From letters from 1894 to the shelves on stores like Walmart, I will showcase the immense diversity of life in the 1800s to today's modern era in the Shenandoah, Virginia region. Imagine 100 pieces of gum for 25 cents versus today a pack of 15 pieces for $1.28. Much has changed over time, but there is one place that has preserved time to the best of its ability. Today I'll be discussing how the area of Shenandoah became a national park, who were the people affected, and how the preservation of the area is now one of Virginia's top 10 most visited places, according to the website Attractions of America. This past week, I have spent some time researching as well as reading my father's research he has completed over the past 3 decades. My first topic I want to discuss is how the Shenandoah became a national park. According to Miss Karen McCaud, Shenandoah was established as a national park to bring the concept of the national park in a Western sense to the large population centers of the East. The concept of placing a national park in the southern part of the Appalachian Mountains came from the Director of National Park Services, Mr. Stephen Mathers. Mathers decided to approach President Calvin Coolidge's Secretary of the Interior with his request of adding a national park to the eastern side of the United States. With this new movement towards establishing a national park, a committee was formed. It was made up of 5 men who spent their time asking the public for their input on areas and sites for the new park. Here is the image of the Southern Appalachian National Park Committee that was approved by Congress in 1924. Movement ideas continued to grow until eventually on July 3rd, 1936, a dedication by President Franklin D. Roosevelt established that Shenandoah would be a national park. The second topic I want to talk about today is who all was affected with the new national park. The land was not just empty, it was filled with over 2,000 people in 8 different counties, according to Kevin Borg with Future Fridays. While 2,000 people being displaced is a large amount for the time, I want to specifically focus on one family, mine. I have a long line of ancestors that stem from the mountains of Shenandoah. Growing up, I spent some time with my dad hiking the backside of Old Rag Mountain, where my great-great-grandfather was the postmaster. Here's the image of Postmaster William Austin Brown that was taken by the photographer Arthur Rothstein in 1935. Postmaster Brown was married to a woman named Martha, and they had multiple children together. My great-great-grandfather, according to a database of Shenandoah National Park lands record, owned a 28 by 12 foot house, a poorly conditioned barn, 30 apple trees, and 7 other buildings on his 52 acres of property, which he unwillingly sold for $1,065. In today's modern market, that would be worth around $23,025. And here is the database of what he sold. William Austin Brown was reluctant to move his family, but in 1926 there were no more options. Congressmen and directors painted the picture of the mountaineer as disreputable. The fight was officially over. If they did not sell or they wanted to make a stand, they would have been forcibly removed from the mountain and would have been received nothing instead. This is just one example of the 500 families that felt the effects of the newest establishment of the national park. Lastly, I want to discuss how well Shenandoah National Park has preserved the land and history in the area. While many locals have the harsh view of Shenandoah National Park, overall it has accomplished exactly what it has set out to do. In the magazine, The Appalachian Journal, authors Charles Purdue Jr. and Nancy Martin Purdue write that Shenandoah National Park include over 200,000 acres of the Blue Ridge Mountains including parts of 8 different counties, over 500 miles of hiking trails, and 69 scenic overlooks. All along 97 miles of the Skyline Drive, you can find plaques commemorating a history and families of the Shenandoah National Park. Here are some photos I have taken over the years. So while some of you have experienced the Shenandoah National Park for yourselves, next time you take a short hike or pull off onto an overlook, take a moment, pause, relax, reflect on the reason that the opportunity was made. Remember the footsteps that used to make their impressions all along the mountain range by the former inhabitants of the Shenandoah National Park. Today I have discussed with you exactly how once was rolling mountain range of families is now a national park. I've also talked about families and the people who were displaced and pushed off their land during this time, as well as mentioning and reminding you all about how the Shenandoah National Park offers opportunities for many different people in the modern day, yet still recognizes and remembers those who have had to sacrifice a piece of themselves. So whether a pack of gum has increased by over 3,300%, or handwritten letters that are no longer a thing, it is important to recognize the growth over time, but also what it entails and who all were affected. Thank you.